Hey there, figured I'd do a little update video. It's been about 4 months. Last video I did, I was using the Crystal Reef Aquatics LEDs. It's coming up on a year now. And I believe what I've done in the last 4 months is I've gotten rid of a lot of bird's nest colonies and Monopora covered rocks. I just had too many nice frags in the frag tank in the garage growing out, and need to become selective and grow the nicer corals in this system. I've added a Vortec MP60 quiet drive here. I didn't like the look of the Jabeo pump out there, but I'm really liking the flow. I have a closed loop system. It's just not enough at this point. I also continue to run there's a RW15 Jabao there. It's kind of out of sight when you look back at it, but I mean, things I'm noticing, and I really want to make this video and go back and reference my previous video, because I did, remove a lot of coral and replace it with frags that were growing out in the frag tank. I believe what I stated before, why I love these LEDs so much, is if you look at this guy here, which I believe to be just like an ultimate Miyagi tort, that was a frag in the frag tank 4 months ago. And, with the distortion of the water, I mean, this guy is, 5 inches by probably the same width with all the branches, growing out here on the front of the sand bed. I mean, I haven't moved him. I love the colors of him so much that I've just kept on letting them go. I think this is ORA Joe the Coral, kind of doing the same thing. That next one there was that guy is awesome. That looks kind of purple, and then it kind of blends in with the Coraline on the cell phone here. But dead center, man, he's got green and orange and yellow, and actually glows under the blues. I found him on the sand bed. Don't know where I got him. When I cleaned out 4 months ago, about when I sold a bunch of coral off, I found him on the sand bed, and I'm like, I have no idea what you are, but you're sure getting beautiful after being almost dead for a while. Or like this Cardus species right here again, I mean, it's out here in the front of the sand bed and just growing. I continue to, I know this one for a fact. That red planet right there was growing over top. Oh, look, fish, photobomb, was growing over top the Oregon tort at the beginning of July. And I chunked it back to about where you see it is right now. Well, maybe a month ago, it was growing over top the Oregon tort again. I mean, I had to chunk it back again, and you can see the new growth. Right beside it to the left, this staghorn, which I love the structure of, I continue to, anytime someone's over, it's like, hey man, do you want a piece of this? Like, let's get a 6-inch by 3-inch round chunk out of there, because I just have to manage it. And I do want to maybe keep one little section in there, but anyway, I just, if I could go top down on some of this stuff, the growth is just, for lack of a better term, freaking me out. I do have, which I suppose I could run really quick through the house, through all my mess. And if you're seeing any of my other videos, there's one special one there. You might be a reef junkie. And maybe update the garage. But these Crystal Reef Aquatic LEDs are blowing me away. I have, just your run-of-the-mill Chinese. I mean, you can put your name brand, Evergrows. I have Mars Aqua. I've ran the Nova series. I've ran the Reef Breeders Photon 32. Over my frag tanks, and I have a combination T5 going on out there right now, which I'm not seeing any difference Here, let's get out there and talk real quick. Here, you're going to see the floor while we walk out through here. And actually, the house isn't that bad. Okay, so a little bit of light. So when I was talking about, I do run modified this T5 fixture at the angle that you see, which kind of spreads over the first half of the frag tank. And, you know, taking out the PAR meter, basically, yeah, you know, the first third to half of the frag tank is definitely getting the light from this T5 fixture. Man, it's been at least 8 months, maybe longer, since I installed that. I am not seeing any difference in any of the SPS that I grow compared to just, you know, run-of-the-mill. That's a Nova A8. I had a Photon 32 over here before. I'm just not seeing any difference in color or growth with the T5s. That's my experience. I was hoping to see some color, but nothing like the Crystal Reef Aquatics LEDs are doing for me. So I still believe in the theory of you know, the diffusion of T5 light, and maybe for health of the coral. And I will continue to run this light. Also, back in the spring, I put a couple of Hamilton dual fixtures front and back over my 300 gallon in the house, but I found I didn't really have the power to run them, so I had to run power from the garage, and I've just recently hooked them up. So, you know, they haven't been running since I put them on 6 months ago. And I will run them, again, because I believe in the theory behind the diffusion of the T5 light. And as my 300 gallon in the house continues to grow in with bigger colonies, I want to get that light everywhere for the health of the coral. So this thing became so jam-packed. Again, 4 months ago, I sold off mass coolers full of coral to get them out of my way. Again, right now I'm back to probably having a problem needing room here, but I added this guy in, just kind of tapped them into the same system, ran a Mars Aqua light over top of it, and I know plenty of people using these. You know, they're going to grow coral all day long. And so this is my new play area, propagation area. And there's a couple of nice things kind of hidden down in here you're not going to be able to see yet. But I just threw a pump in there and plumbed it in like this. So yeah, anyway, wanted to come out here, and again, this has never been seen. My little homemade look down viewer out of the top of a potted plant, and put a little piece of acrylic on the bottom. Works really good. And yeah, like I said, my personal experience, I'm not seeing this, you know, miraculous color, especially not growth with this 4x54 watt fixture with ATI bulbs. I'm running 2 Blue Plus, 1 Actinic, and 1 Coral Plus in that fixture. So anyway, a quick little update, and thanks for watching.